That guy, he's like Iron Man and Thor rolled into one.
He's alright. He's no Spider-Man, though.
What is with you and Spider-Man?
What? He's just awesome, okay? He protects the neighborhood, and, he's inspiring. He inspires me to be a better person. What's up, dickwad? Thought you drowned.
Hello, welcome back to the Real Screen Time. I'm Andrew Thomas. I'm here with my partner in crime, Christopher Johnson.
Hello, everyone.
And we're back with Fear of the Spider, with Spider-Man Far From Home. We're almost to No Way Home.
Hold your horses there, big fella. Hold your horses. We still got one more.
Yep. So, want to get into the overview?
Well, sure. Spiderman Far From Home is a 2019 superhero film based on the Marvel Comics character Spider-Man, co-produced by Columbia Pictures and Marvel Studios and distributed by Sony Pictures Releasing. It is the sequel to Spider-Man Homecoming and the 23rd film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The film was directed by John Watts and written by Chris McKenna and Eric Summers. One of the members of the writing team from the previous film. The film stars Tom Holland as Peter Parker and Spider-Man alongside Samuel L. Jackson, Zendaya, Colby Smulders, Jon Favreau, J.B. Smoove, Jacob Batalon, Martin Starr, Marissa Tomei, and Jake Gyllenhaal.
Want to get to the summary? The synopsis?
Well, sure. Peter Parker's relaxing European vacation takes an unexpected turn when Nick Fury shows up in his hotel room to recruit him for a mission. The world is in danger as four massive elemental creatures, each representing earth, air, water, and fire, emerge in a hole torn in the universe. Parker soon finds himself donning the Spider-Man suit to help Fury and fellow superhero Mysterio stop the evil entities from wreaking havoc across the continent. Or so Peter thought.
At least this one we get a much more complex Tom Holland, since this takes place after not just Homecoming, but you have to watch Avengers Infinity War and Endgame for this to make sense.
Yeah, because
Peter died for 5 years and then came back.
Yeah, the blip occurred.
Yep, and he was one of the people in the blip.
Yeah, where essentially half of the freaking universe got blipped out of existence thanks to Thanos snapping them all away. Mm-hmm. But Avengers Endgame, everybody was brought back. Iron Man sacrificed himself. Thanos is no more.
Yep. And right now, he does a good job, Peter, dealing with a personal loss of losing Tony.
Yeah, which definitely weighs heavy on him.
Yeah, especially since he just came back.
Yeah, and it's one of the major things that Peter kind of has to learn as far as a lesson, that he doesn't need to hold himself to an impossible standard. Yeah. Everybody practically sees Tony as like a savior or a god. Mm-hmm. But Tony knew he wasn't that. Yeah. Tony knew he was imperfect.
Including the rest of the original Avengers knew that.
Yeah. And that's kind of a lesson Peter has to learn, that it's okay to make mistakes.
Yep.
Just work on them and be better.
Yep. And sometime between Infinity War and Endgame, he got attraction to MJ, which I'm still...
Yeah, which...
it just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of knew it was going to end up happening.
Yeah.
It's just would have been interesting to kind of see it.
Like a moment, maybe.
Yeah, to see the hinting of it.
Yep. Yep.
But then again, I mean, MJ was, hinting that she had an interest in Peter.
Yep.
Maybe that could have led to something.
Yep. And we also get the first or maybe second, the first Spider-Man movie to introduce the Spidey sense. The second movie, the second in the MCU, but the first Spidey.
Which I actually enjoy that over time we get to see Peter develop more of his powers and, go through the trial by error things with everything that he does as Spider-Man. Like in like in Homecoming, him learning all the different webs, him trying to launch through that window in the Washington Monument, and then him finally developing the spider sense. Which, why do they keep calling it the Peter Tingle?
Yeah.
Why?
Joke.
It wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary at all.
Yeah. Of course, this time Peter's doing the opposite. This time he wants to do a regular life himself, try and be a superhero.
Yeah.
He's doing the opposite of what he did from Homecoming.
Yeah. The first film, pestering Happy Hogan and Mr. Stark endlessly to find out, any big superhero things happening that I could get involved with. Huh? To, bro, it's been a long time. I mean, I was dead for 5 years. One of my freaking idols dead. He sacrificed himself to save us all. Bro, I'm tired. Let me just relax.
And in order to get bugged by Nick Fury, they go join on a mission.
Now listen here, MFO. You gonna help with this mission. Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you.
To get Nick Fury, couldn't find any more options.
Well, yeah. I mean, Thor and Hulk are off-world.
Yeah.
Well,
mainly Thor.
Well, yeah. Thor's off-world.
I think Hulk's
doing Professor Hulk stuff and healing from his injury. Captain Marvel's in space.
Yeah. Doctor Strange is protecting the temple.
Yeah.
Even though he doesn't really need to, since he's not the Supreme, as we find out in the upcoming movie.
Yeah. Black Widow dead.
Yep, Cap's pretty much dead.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Old age.
Yeah. Since they do eulogy for him, so yeah.
Sam and Bucky are busy building a boat.
Well, I think Sam and Bucky are doing separate things at the moment, since this is before the show.
True.
Winner. So.
Well, Bucky's trying to make amends.
Yep.
Sam is just being Sam.
Yep.
Hawkeye is coming to terms with everything he did and enjoying family time again.
Yep.
So, yeah. Peter's the only option at this point.
And Wanda's gone crazy, completely nuts.
Yeah,
as we'll find for WandaVision when we get into
yeah, she's taken over a whole town and living in a sitcom world.
Yep. Yeah. So sad for Peter.
He's the only option.
Yeah.
Whether he likes it or not.
Yep. And he does go through a crisis. He develops a relationship with Mysterio. They have a good bonding moment.
Yeah.
He even has a good bonding moment with Happy in this one.
Everybody was actually, everybody was chill this time around.
Except for Nick Fury.
Well, Nick Fury's Nick Fury. What would you expect?
But is he Nick Fury?
My God.
Yep.
Foreshadowing!
Yep. And then we have to deal with the mindfuck of Mysterio also.
Language.
Sorry, Cap.
Well, yes. The mind warp.
Yeah. Messing with his mind and everything. Especially in Berlin.
Oh, yeah. Bruh. But we'll get to that.
Yeah, so
I mean, once again, Tom Holland's fantastic.
Yeah, his emotional... Yep, his emotions are all over the place.
Oh, yeah. And I enjoyed the fact that due to all the illusions and everything, he really was like standoff when he saw Happy. Like, Happy, are you really you?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me something that only you would know.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then let's get to the other.
Well, why don't we go into the man that recruited him into this whole mission? Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury.
Yeah.
Much different Nick Fury this time around.
Literally.
True.
Yep.
I mean, he was one of the various individuals that got blipped away, and therefore he's not the most knowing individual that he once was, where he knows everything that's going down. He has all the information. He doesn't have any of that anymore.
Yep. He didn't even know they was getting fooled by Mysterio.
Yeah. Which, bruh, you should have known that. But then again, 5 years.
Yep. Didn't even bother to do a background check to see. Yep. And he plays tough guy at the Peter, giving Peter a hard time during all this.
Yeah, and the fact that he freaking tranked Ned.
Yeah, and people kept trying to get into the room. He's like, if anyone knocks on this door, we're going to go to another funeral.
And he would have too. And plus, Colby Smulders as Maria Hill, once again, still great as always.
Yep, as Nick Fury's
right-hand woman.
Yep.
And apparently she has a little bit more sense.
Yep. Yep.
But, are they as they seem to be?
No.
Foreshadowing. Well, why don't we go into the main person that Peter wants to, chill with. Michelle M.J. Jones Watson, played by Zendaya.
I did like their chemistry here. I like her better this time around than Homecoming.
Yeah, she's a lot more chill, not as, dark and dreary.
Yeah, although she does have her moments.
Well, yeah, I mean, she is still a goth chick.
Yep.
Which everybody aspires to have.
Mm-hmm.
But, she's a lot more sociable, personable, and you definitely get to see the relationship grow between her and Peter throughout the film.
Yep.
Maybe that's a way of showing how Peter truly developed his relationship. Maybe he just had a kind of an interest, but then this kind of cemented it.
Yep. Yep, because she knew he was Spider-Man way before.
She was 67% sure.
Yep.
Thus proving how smart she is.
Yep.
And now she's a part of the crew with Peter and Ned.
Yep.
Which also, you got to give it up for Jacob Batalon as Ned Leeds.
Yep.
Still great best friend for Peter.
Yep, although he starts off wanting to do the single guy in Europe.
Well, yes. American bachelors in Europe.
But he gets in a relationship. They're in the airplane.
Yeah, he ends up hooking up with Betty Brant, played fantastically by Angry Rice. Yeah, she finally gets to have more to do.
Yep.
And I like her and Ned's relationship. It's adorable.
Yeah. Too bad we don't get in the next sequel.
Which sucks.
Yep. Yep, they were really funny in this movie.
Yeah.
together there. Even though Ned still knows Peter's identity, she doesn't. Yeah.
But I guess, should we go into everyone else in the trip, or should we go into the big bad?
We can go to the big bad at the moment.
Okay. Well, with this being a Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man has to deal with a villain. And that villain is played by Jake Gyllenhaal, who's playing Quentin Beck, a.k.a. Mysterio.
He was fantastic. He would have been almost...
Yes.
He would have taken Tobey Maguire's spot in Spider-Man 2 when Tobey asked for more money.
How would that have worked? And plus, Spider-Man 2 wouldn't have been as great as it was.
Yep.
No offense to Jake Gyllenhaal, fantastic actor, but...
He did briefly date the other MJ, Kirsten Dunst, for a while.
My God.
Yeah.
That would have been too weird.
Yeah.
But hey, he finally got his chance to be in the Spider-Man film.
Yeah. Yep. Finally. He decided playing a villain, and he decided to troll us too by saying he's from alternate reality.
Yes. Which, nice foreshadowing for the multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
But I really enjoyed Quentin Beck in this one because it stayed true to kind of what Mysterio is in the comics and other interpretations, while at the same time it was more unique.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Quentin wants to be a hero.
And he also wants revenge on the dead guy.
Yeah.
Tony.
I mean, Tony did steal his invention.
Yeah.
And then he got fired when he told Tony that, not the best way to utilize it. And also Quentin was showing some of his more negative traits that, he is not... He's not playing with a full deck.
Yep. Especially when he decides to go kill Peter after Peter finds out.
Yeah, which...
You have to go kill a kid because of you. Talking to his staff.
Which is also an additional thing of what I enjoy with Mysterio, with it being a theatrical thing, because that's what Mysterio was before, becoming a villain. He worked in theater.
Yeah.
So it would make sense that he would have a whole production team working with him.
Yeah. Yeah, one of those played by the kid from A Christmas Story, Peter Billingsley.
Oh...
Also from...
Ralphie, no!
Also from the first Iron Man.
Ralphie, no!
Yep, of course. He does connect with Peter before the jig gets discovered, although I don't know how, especially the scene up, which I don't know how the hell...
How they had their...
how he got up there, Mysterio.
Was it him?
It's,
Remember, everything is not as it seems in this film.
Yeah, but he could just also walk through, maybe, and just jump in with the
But
suit.
how would he have explained that?
No, have the suit and then just mysteriously just be right behind them.
And plus, how do we know that's the physical suit?
Yeah.
Because remember, that was CGI too.
Yeah, that was driving me nuts. Although the CGI suit did look really awesome.
Yes, it was. I mean, hey, I could see the options of maybe that's not actually him, but then at the same time, who knows? Who knows?
And then at the end, he does have the last laugh.
Yeah, but we'll get to that.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, it was really cool, how they did Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
And finding out how much of a fraud he was.
Yep.
And that being like a big...
And play mind games with Peter.
Yeah, which all of that essentially... Yeah, here's a clip representing how I felt once I found out that, this is all a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. the minute he turned off all of the CGI people and everything in that bar, I was like, no. Okay, now the real film has begun.
Yeah.
And plus, I did like Peter Billingsley as William Genter Riva.
Yep. And they got the MacGuffin of this movie, Edith.
Ah, yes. Voiced by Dawn Michelle King. Yeah, Edith is essentially... It kind of works like Jarvis, maybe like Karen. It's essentially this AI intelligence within these pair of sunglasses that Tony left for Peter, I guess in his will.
Yeah.
And essentially this thing controls freaking drones that come out of a satellite in space. My God. And Peter, still dealing with the whole, impossible standards issue, thinks that he's not, capable in having this. So he ends up giving them to Mysterio, which is exactly what he wanted. Because it would end up making his production of being a hero all the more effective. Because he wants to be the new Iron Man.
Yep, but those two work well together in the plan.
And, I mean, Quentin actually showed that he cared about Peter. He did like Peter. It just, unfortunately, he had no qualms with killing Peter if it helped suit his goal.
Yeah.
But I guess we should probably go more into everyone else that was a part of the big European trip.
Yeah.
Such as the chaperones. Martin Starr as Mr. Roger Harrington and J.B. Smoove as Julius Dell.
Yeah, they were really funny together there.
Yeah, they were a great comedic duo.
Wait, you didn't look at the website? Oh, that could have worked.
Oh, that would have helped.
Yeah.
How did this man get a job in such a prestigious institute like Midtown High?
No idea.
How?
Let alone that he didn't even realize that his wife faked her own death.
But she could have been honest with him. She didn't have to fake her blipping.
Yeah.
And then him spending all that money for a funeral only to find out, oh, she's alive. She just left me. Again, how did he get into this? How did he get a job as a teacher?
Yeah, but J.B. Smoove was the one who believed in witches.
Well, yeah. Because didn't he dabble in witchcraft?
Oh, he's like, I'm a scientist, but witches.
Witches.
When it came to the elementals, yeah.
But they were great. They were great.
Yep. Tony Ravioli.
Why do you keep pronouncing his name like that?
It's
Tony. It's Tony Revolori as Eugene Flash Thompson. Flash has a much bigger part in this film rather than what he had in Homecoming, which he was nothing more than just a little jerk messing with Peter.
Yeah.
Here
he gets messed with. He's the one who gets messed with.
Oh, yeah.
More than Pete.
Yeah. Part of me did enjoy when he accidentally knocked him out. Did you just punch Flash? Peter knocked Flash out. But I do kind of like that whole idea of he's such a big fan of Spider-Man.
Yeah. While still not liking Peter.
I don't don't understand why. What did Peter ever do to him that?
Especially in this universe.
Yeah, that he just needs to mess with Peter, calling him Penis Parker and whatnot.
Yeah.
And what he said to him in the cold open.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get you, Flash. I don't get
Yeah,
it.
but he does help out with Happy and Peter's
Yes,
final climax. Yeah.
indirectly,
Yeah.
because he's doing a whole travel vlog that he's live streaming.
Yep.
So, hey, he actually did help in his own weird way.
Yeah.
He helped Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he doesn't even know it.
Yep. And then the other, and then who else? We have probably Aunt May.
Yes. Aunt May, played fantastically by Marissa Tomei. She has more to do in this film.
Yeah, by doing a charity for all the people who got flipped out, including her, which is debatable between the Avengers and the Spider-Man writer.
True. Because I think Avengers tried to say that she didn't get blipped,
Yeah.
while here she was blipped.
Yeah.
Bruh. But it's great that May is actively doing something important in the world.
Yeah.
You know, doing her whole charity to help individuals that were blipped.
Yeah.
And other people that are, you know, down on their luck.
And it was for her that during the trip that she decided to go bring Peter Spider-Man gear just in case.
Yeah, she was smart.
Yep.
And also, apparently, she and Happy have a
Fling.
thing going on.
Yep. Her nothing serious. Happy on the other hand.
For her,
Yeah.
it was nothing serious. With him, he was ready to devote his whole life for her.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him. That's Marissa Tomei, dang it.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, I felt bad for Happy.
Yeah.
He was ready. He was ready for everything.
Yeah, but speaking of Happy Hogan, Jon Favreau's back.
Yeah, as a much nicer, cooler, chiller, able to be a person Peter can confide into.
Yeah. I did like his interaction with Peter on the jet.
Yeah.
That was-
Definitely the voice of reason, able to help Peter realize you don't need to live up to this impossible standard. Be the best you can be.
And they help Nick Fury get the hint that Mysterio isn't who he says he is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, someone actually listened this time, unlike Happy and Homecoming.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But I really enjoyed Happy this time around.
Yep.
And the fact that he did his best to try to help MJ and the rest of Peter's friends.
Yep.
You
Even though
know,
the
during
jet
the
got
big
blown up.
climax.
Even
Yeah, that sucks. The jet got blown up.
so did he have to go first class and travel back after in England after everything was done?
Oof.
Yeah.
Well, I guess...
And we've already seen most also the bad. Also.
Well, yeah.
Well, there were some cameos in this.
Oh, yes. Quite a number of cameos. I mean, of course, we got some nice archival footage of Robert Downey Jr. And Jeff Bridges.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got to see Obadiah Stane from the first Iron Man because, of course, you know, William was working for Obadiah and making the Ironmonger suit.
Yeah. Recommend you watch the first Iron Man, so that makes sense.
Yeah. And everything that we were saying about Nick Fury and Maria Hill, they weren't as they seem. Because they were actually Talos and Soren.
They're scrolls.
Yeah.
In case no one knows from our TV, they're scrolls. They're aliens. Shape-shifting aliens.
Yeah, from Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
You know, they were the two Skrulls that Nick Fury befriended.
Yeah. Well, the real Nick Fury's in space.
Yeah, creating S.W.O.R.D.,
Yeah.
the successor of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, which play into a part in a future Disney Plus show soon.
Well, yeah, because apparently some Skrulls go rogue, and now it's going to mess with our minds. Were the characters that we always knew, were they really them?
Yeah. Yep, so it was good to see Ben Mendelsohn again for that post-credit scene.
Yeah, and Sheriff Blind.
Yep.
Yep, Sharon Blind.
Yep.
I mean, both were still great playing those characters.
Yeah, especially when he did the over-the-top Nick Fury impression. His best Nick Fury impression.
Well, he has worked with this man for years.
Although he could just think the real Nick Fury for some information on Quentin Beck.
True. But apparently Nick was too busy enjoying some vacation time.
In space.
And the biggie. The big cameo. Welcome back, J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
He's back as J. Jonah Jameson.
In another Spider-Verse movie.
Oh my god, it was so great to see him back.
Yep. Yep, accusing Spider-Man like he always does. And of course, say Mysterio's a hero.
Which was a thing in the comics and the animated series.
Yep.
He was always Team Mysterio.
Yep. Again, his identity, and Peter gets his identity revealed.
Yeah. Quentin got the last laugh. He framed Peter, making it seem like he was the one involved with the horrible terrorist attack in England, and then revealed that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Yep.
Bruh.
And it happened on the post-credit scenes after Peter decided to take MJ and on his way past the strange temple.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
But J. Jonah Jameson is much different than what he was in the Raimi films. Instead of him being the editor of a newspaper, he is the host of like his own YouTube social media show, kind of like what people like Alex Jones do. So it's definitely cool how they were able to take the idea of J. Jonah Jameson and kind of modernize it. Plus, J.K. Simmons is balding in this one. No more flat top, which I'm kind of sad about, but...
Yeah, like we said, the fight scenes were good.
Oh, yes. And really, they weren't so much fight scenes, they were action scenes.
Yep.
Because
the plot was good. Yeah.
Well, I'm not done explaining because really Peter isn't directly fighting Mysterio because Mysterio is using all this CGI and tech to create all these illusions around Peter. They never really
It's mainly him by fighting drones.
Yeah. It's him fighting drones and him being tricked into thinking that he's fighting Mysterio, but he's not. Which how they did that whole sequence with all the illusions was fantastic. That's what I wanted out of seeing Mysterio fight Spider-Man. It was done so well.
Yep.
And him even messing with Peter with putting him in all the different suits. Whether it's his first upgraded suit or in his homemade suit, just messing with him.
Yep.
And got him ran over by a train. Which, I mean, I know Peter was able to figure out how to save himself, but dear God.
Yep. The plot was good.
Oh, yes, definitely. Especially with the whole twist of finding out who Quentin Beck actually is.
Yeah, I do like the twist part of the movie.
Yeah. head explosion.
The chemistry from the actors were good.
Yes. It flowed so nicely.
Yep. Especially Tom and Zendaya's being the couple.
Yeah. You definitely saw the chemistry there. You know, the camaraderie chemistry that Quentin and Peter had before we find out who Quentin really is. I mean, it all... I even like the chemistry that, you know, that Jon Favreau and Marissa Tomei had. That, yeah, it is kind of believable that Happy and May would have a thing.
Yep.
And even the adorable chemistry between Ned and Betty.
Yep. Sadly, they break up.
Yeah.
Which, I didn't like that gag. I hated it. Oh, we're together. Nope. Let's go double date. No.
We kind of broke up. I swear.
Yeah, she could have played a much bigger part in the next movie, as we'll see. That was
Instead of a glorified cameo.
Yeah, which we'll talk about more. Next movie. Yeah.
And also the great use of locations, because they really go all over Europe in this one. I mean, whether they're going to Venice in Italy or...
Yep, they're closer to Tom Holland's real home.
Yeah, they go to England.
Yeah, Tom Holland it was the reverse. He was Far From Home and Homecoming. Now he's Homecoming and Far From Home.
And I think, didn't they... I know they went to Carnival.
Yeah. They went to the opera.
Did they go to Germany? Yeah, they did go to Germany.
Yeah, they were like in... Yep, he was in Switzerland or Sweden. Peter, when he got hit by a train.
And then he was in the Netherlands.
Oh, yeah, Netherlands. Yeah, Netherlands. Yeah. Where everyone's so nice.
Well, they did go to Sweden, and then he ends up in the Netherlands when Happy has to pick him up.
Yep.
So they were all over Europe.
Yep, then they went to England for the final climax.
Which was cool.
Yep. Poor England, they have to deal with Doctor Who and Mysterio.
They deal with a whole bunch of crazy stuff.
Yep. And like we said, special effects were good.
Yeah, definitely. And plus, I like the new upgraded suit that Peter ends up making.
Yep. I like to call back the Iron Man with the AC/DC music.
Except the fact he ends up calling them Led Zeppelin. How dare you, Peter? I was disgusted. Part of me is happy Mysterio did hit him with the train after saying that. Dang it. Know the difference. AC/DC is awesome. Led Zeppelin is awesome. They are not the same thing. One is from Australia. One is from England. Know the difference.
There wasn't really that much bad. I already stated the two things I felt was mainly the Mysterio flying up to go talk to Peter, which drives me
You will never get over the fact on how in God's name he was floating.
With it being an illusion. Yeah.
It probably was an illusion.
Yeah, I know. I just don't know how the hell he got it up. Sorry with the cussing, but still.
Or the fact that it was fully an illusion, that Quentin literally was the illusion.
Maybe.
Makes more sense.
But you wanted to get into the scores?
Well, sure. Why don't you go first?
And I'm giving this a 9 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah, I did like this a little better, mainly because of Peter had much more emotion. He wasn't just trying to be an Avenger. He already is an Avenger. He just wanted a vacation, and he gets pulled into this because he's the only choice. And finds out, accidentally discovering about Mysterio's true intentions.
And oh yeah, let's not forget how the great use of the elementals.
Yep, that too.
Hydro Man, Molten Man, Cyclone, and Sandman.
Mm-hmm.
But they turned out to be, creations made by Quentin Beck. So,
But your score?
for me, I have to give this an 8.5. I like Homecoming just a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit more. But I still greatly enjoyed this film. I guess part of me kind of misses seeing Spider-Man, in New York.
Mm-hmm.
But, hey, it was still a great film. All the great locations. Seeing Peter do a lot more of unique things.
Mm-hmm.
The Night Monkey suit. How they did the Elementals, Mysterio. It was a great film. It really was.
If you think we're being too nice or too good, or not hitting this enough, or making a little, or not giving it the right score, just find us on Facebook, The Real Screen Team. Find us on YouTube, The Real Screen Team. Like, comment, subscribe, and share.
Yeah.
We're past 100. We just need to get to 1,000.
Yep, we're on the road to 1,000. Once we reach 1,000, we can finally start getting monetization on our videos. We'll create a Patreon so you could help us, grow our set, make things, even nicer looking. And we can even start making some special videos just for Patreon, make some viewer suggestions, do more to entertain you all.
But before we go, we're changing the Year of the Spider to the Year of the Multiverse.
Ah, yes. Ah, yes. As we finish up Year of the Spider, we start dabbling into the multiverse with Spider-Man No Way Home.
Well, roll us out.
Well, sure. Well, thank you all for coming. Definitely come back and watch us again. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It definitely helps. Thank you all. Let's fade to black.